Shika, 2 wins from two. What's the mood in the dressing room? And considering the history, last time you played Bangladesh, how was the mood coming into this game?
Mood in the dressing room, I've not gotten back to the dressing room actually. So obviously, I mean, winning 2 games in 2 games, it's good for us, and we would just like to take the momentum ahead. And we are not really thinking about what has happened before. That's one thing that we've been working as a team. Whether we win, whether we lose, we're just looking at the game ahead and taking the positives and things that we would want to be corrected, or the things that we would learn. We're just taking that ahead.
Your analysis of the batting half, after that start, it looked like, did you think you were a few runs short?
I mean, we actually thought 140 was a good score to defend, because we believe a lot in our bowling department, and we knew that if we had to get to 140, we got a few runs in the last 2-3 overs, and we knew that if we had to touch 140, it's going to be a good target for them. And like I said, we had full faith in the bowling unit of ours.
Hi, Shika.
Hello.
How crucial was Veda's applause at the end? She did, hit a rough patch prior to the start of the World Cup. Her knock against Australia was quite significant in that she stayed unbeaten. And today, of course, those big blows. Your thoughts on Veda's performance?
Veda is one of the experienced players in the team, and we bank a lot on her. The runs that she can get in the last few overs makes a lot of difference, like the way they did today. And I'm really happy that she got those runs for us, because that'll do a world of good to her confidence and to us as a team. So going ahead, it's a positive for us.
Your 16-year-old opener is quite amazing. Can you quite believe that she's doing that at her age?
At 16, I hadn't even started training to become a cricketer. I was playing gully cricket till then. So it's amazing that, a 16-year-old is playing for India. I think that she has 2 years. I mean, I started playing when I was 18. I actually started learning to play cricket when I was 18. So she's amazing. It's just not Shefali. That's another 16-year-old, Richa, who played today. So it's amazing when you see them doing things that they are doing today, I mean, for us.
And in terms of the future for both of those 16-year-olds, what do you predict?
It can only go up for them. We are really pleased to have such young kids in the team. Firstly, they are fearless. They do not, fear. They do not play against names. That's the first thing. There's no baggage, and they express themselves on the field, which is amazing.
Just on Shefali, I think she hit 3 sixes in her first 7 balls. Does that give the team a lot of swagger to see what she can do from the top?
She's been given free license to play her game. We actually picked her up in domestic cricket, and we knew that there's this kid who's 15 then, and she's playing fearless cricket. So we haven't really asked her to change anything in her game. We're just giving her the license to go play there and play the brand of cricket that she's known for.
And we've seen Australia and England slip up so far. Do you think India deserve to be the title favourites?
We're not really thinking that ahead in the tournament. We're just thinking about the next game in hand. We're going to be playing New Zealand in Melbourne, so we're just thinking about our games, and we're not really worried about what the other teams are doing.
We are quite familiar with crowds chanting the names of batters. Here we got to hear Poonam Yadav being chanted every now and then. So as a spokesperson of the bowling contingent, Shika Pandey, would you mind commenting on that?
I'm really happy. It was amazing to actually hear the crowd chanting a bowler's name, firstly. And not just that, not just as a bowler, but I have huge respect for her as a cricketer. To come back, and even though she was not fielding alongside us in the Tri-Series, she was still bowling in the nets, which is amazing. Her level of dedication is something that all of us could match up to, and she's a real fighter. To come back after that injury and to take a cotton bowl the first wicket, it just shows what guts she's made up of.
Staying with bowling, there was a bit of a discussion in the wake of last night's game between England and South Africa around the dismissal regarding backing up, which among cricketing circles is known as mankading, more famously. Does this conversation in the Indian dressing room take place? Do you think there are opportunities or chances of the Indian bowlers effecting a dismissal of that sort?
We haven't really discussed that in the team meetings. Like I said, we do not discuss the other teams at all. But then, personally, I wouldn't do that. I would probably give the batter a warning and even then, if a batter does it, then I'll think about it. But I wouldn't do it. I don't think any of my teammates would do it. No.
How did you enjoy bowling in the WACA?
I'm really excited. As a kid, I remember getting up early in the mornings to watch matches. India play Australia, the Ashes. And I've seen some great spells of fast bowling on WACA. And I spoke to my father before coming, and he was so excited that I was playing at WACA. And he just, he reminded me of a spell that Curtly Ambrose bowled, and I made it a point that I watched it on YouTube. I've seen a lot of great spells, Ishant Sharma, Irfan Pathan. There's a huge list that I've seen it live on TV, and I'm very fortunate that we could play on WACA, given the circumstances that the other stadium, the Optus Stadium, is getting a lot of publicity. But I am privileged. I took a picture as well, so I'm really fortunate.